Hello and good afternoon, everyone. It's so nice to see you all here today. My name is Sana Ahmed and I am the Faculty Outreach Advisor at XtremeLabs. We are really excited to be hosting this MCT Meetup in September. Today, I'm really glad to introduce Mr. Ricardo Cabral as our co-host for this month's MCT Meetup. His engagement has been really phenomenal at our annual conference EXL 2022 a few months ago, and we are glad that he could host our MCT Meetup today. Mr. Ricardo is a Microsoft certified trainer currently residing in Portugal, having worked in both administration and development roles with 20 plus years of experience in IT management, development, and projects. He has extensive experience on Microsoft 365, Microsoft Azure, Power Platforms, and Windows Server Client, and he holds several Microsoft certifications. He now works as Azure Solutions Architect, Consultant, and IT Trainer. In his free time, he is actively participating, volunteering, speaking, and organizes the technical community meetings. So please help me welcome Mr. Ricardo. Thank you so much for being here, Ricardo.
Thank you, Sana, for my presentation. First of all, I want to welcome everyone to being present here on the XtremeLabs MCT Meetup on September. And as Sana said, my name is Ricardo Cabral. I came from Portugal. I work with several learning partners, so I work with myself, and I often participate in technical communities. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on my social networks on the slides. And today I'm going to talk about some MCT Resources Benefits, how was the science about moving from SkillPipe to Microsoft Learn, some XtremeLabs classroom management, and how the renewal of a Microsoft exam works. So about the MCT resource and benefits, we also know that we have a private location, that is the MCT community site, that we can search for things, following for things, give announcements about Microsoft Learn itself, some jobs opportunities, and we have some certification forums. Now, this is a private location only for MCT. Yes, we have some LinkedIn groups, some Facebook groups, some local community groups managed by MCT within the leads. And this is the official communication place from Microsoft Learning for MCTs. So it's good to regularly go here, check the forums, check the new things, and know what is going to be and how the program is working and the new stuff is coming to. And in this place, we can have several resources. We have some program announcements, some MCT readiness. We have some the Learning Download Center that we can download the content from the course. We can sign up from the MCT newsletter. I'm not going to post the MCT newsletter link because anyone with the link can register and receive the newsletter. And some of the things are NDA, so I'm not going to post here because this will be publicly available on the recording on YouTube. And community events. If you need to contact your regional lead, you can have the contacts for your locations. And other stuff. For example, how to claim discounts, the guidelines, beta tech, and benefits, and also the MCT guide that is recommended that you read it. So this is one of the places that MCTs need to know. And the other place that I normally said is the MCT Support Forums. Now, if you have some problem with some subscription, with your MCT account, with some exam or anything else, the MCT community site is not a good place. The best place is the MCT forum. This is the public place, so you're going to all your private information will be in the private set, it's not going to be public, but all the questions will be public. So if you have any issue, you can search for an issue that another MCT have in the past, and you can and then read and try to fix your issue or your problem or anything else according with some subscription, some software, some exam, whatever, according with the submitted best. But you can also submit here on the MCT certificate trainer. So in here is the best place to the post the any of problems that you have you according with your MCT. Now, what type of MCT resource and benefit we have? We have some tools and research, we have some discounts, and also the community support. And the community support is the MCT support, the previous slide there showed, and the MCT Central. So this is the public place con with Microsoft Learning with MCTs. But we have some tools and resources that you can use. So we have some one subscription. We have Azure Pass, Microsoft Labs, the Microsoft official courseware, but in digital mode. We have the Learning Download Center, and of course the MCT Store. And we can also a beautiful discounts that we can use. So what is the MCT software and service? MCT software service is a subscription, and with this subscription we can get some benefits. Here I'm showing the MCT developer and software and service subscriptions. That is the subscription that I have. But this benefit is only available with these subscriptions. There are two types of subscriptions. There are the MCT software and service subscriptions. That is for any type of MCT. But if you have any developer certification, you can switch by making an upgrade using the support forum, or in the next renovation of your MCT, you can switch for MCT developer, and you can get any of these benefits like Visual Studio Enterprise, Azure, Microsoft 365, and other benefits. Now, if you want, if you need to use Visual Studio Enterprise, this only available for this type of subscriptions. And what are the exams or what are the certifications you need? And this is the official certifications that you need to have this type of subscriptions and benefits, of course. And this must be an active certification. That means if you have, for example, an Azure Developer Associate, but a legacy, the legacy it doesn't count. The legacy is extinct, so this you need to renew to the new AZ204 currently. Upon that, so legacy certification doesn't count. Must be a current and active certifications. So if you have any of this, you can use Visual Studio Enterprise, or you can use also Microsoft 365, a developer subscription, E5. The Office 365 was removed from the standard MCT software and service subscriptions. So the only way that you can use this type of subscriptions using your MCT is use developer MCT. So once again, is the same certifications, and you are two sides to use this. You can upgrade from the MCT software service to MCT developer using the support forum, making a support, and they switch, no problem. Normally they take 5 to 10 days, depending of the case, of course. And or in the next renewal, MCT renewal, you can switch from the MCT software to MCT developer. And this also sends how many the Azure monthly kits that you have. If you have the MCT not the developed plan, you only get $100 monthly. If you have the developer, you can also you will get the $150 to use for Azure. You can create anything in the 30 days and also per month. So this is great. About the if you already use this and want to upgrade for this, on the only way is to contact the support. Moving the next renewal will not upgrade automatically the monthly credits. You need to create internal support, and normally it's not easy because I start with this, then I move with this, and I was pushed from Azure support to MCT support, Azure support from Azure support, but now it's really easy. Now he has a smooth process. You just need to wait their response several days, and then they're sent accordingly without any issue. So it's great to contact the support center for this. There are some other benefits, but there are other benefits that is not MCT benefit. For example, in the past, we have Camtasia and Snagit. So this was great software that we can use to record our screen, make some presentations, but this was never a Microsoft Learning benefits. TechSmith deliver as they will to MCTs and MVPs. So there was a technical, the TechSmith influence program that we can use it. Simply need to associate and tell, hi, I'm a MCT or MVP, and receive a tool license per year or per software. Every year they release a new software. But this program was disconnected and no longer support. This means that if you already have the older license, you can use it. You will not lose that license. It's yours. But new MCTs cannot apply it for get this type of license because TechSmith discontinued this program. So if you want to use, you can also try a trial, or you need to pay a full license. So this was never a Microsoft Learning benefit. So this is the reason that you can find some forums, about, hey, well, how I can get Camtasia or I can get this Nugget. In right now, you can't because it was discontinued. So this is one, not a full benefit, but a thing that no longer exists. And about the Azure Pass program. This is a thing that we can use, and I don't know how long this will be available because Microsoft Learn is moving Azure Pass to the lab hoster itself. So you can use and redeem an Azure Pass. This will be available for 40 days. You can also request one Azure Pass for course, and you cannot request more than one in the same period of time. But this is only for preparation purpose. So this is not to use to teach as a training course or Microsoft 365 or mocks that use Azure. If you need to use some Azure Pass, you need to contact a learning partner, you contact the Microsoft partner to, hey, I need one Azure Pass, can you deliver it to me? That will be great, that I can continue to deliver the course. And that's it. Now, because, and once again, this is only for preparation only. You can get it, but only for preparation the course, not using to deliver the course. And this is one of the reasons that as a resource in mock training, now you're going to pass with the lab hoster. We have several lab hosters. XtremeLabs is one of them, and they can have several names like Cloud Express Pass or courseware or Azure Cloud Site or Azure Resource or whatever. But they work almost all the same. And there are several differences about Microsoft Azure Pass versus the cloud on the lab hoster. For example, with Azure Pass, we only have 30 days limitation. With the lab hoster, we have the time limitation from the lab. So this is great. They don't need to create or renew the Azure pass for them. But with the Azure pass, we can resume the lab, we can pause the lab. With this type of resource, we cannot move it because, and we cannot also pass because there is a time restrict that enables this. So there are some limitations. For example, one of the limitations that we have, this depends about of the lab hosters. Some lab hosters has limitations that you can run the same exercise, the same lab up to 10 times. Others don't have this limitation. I know that XtremeLabs don't have this type of limitation on some course. So the trainees, the students can relaunch, can do the same exercise more than once. Now, if there are limitations, it's recommend that we trainers tell, hey, we only have 10 launch, so be careful because if you want to run the 11th time, you cannot use the Cloud Express or courseware or other cloud sites or other resource for that lab. So you cannot, the lab will not launch. And these are the things that in most of Azure trainings or Microsoft 365 trainings or trainings with using Azure resource, is not included some Azure Pass. Now, for the learning partner, acquiring with Azure Pass or acquiring with the lab itself, there is no extra cost. So this is the reason that most of the learning partners are using this, because the Azure resource, there is no additional cost for them. So that is great. And this is the when I deliver a course normally in the past 1 year. Normally, my trainees, my students will get this part. I don't I have Azure Pass to the living, and this is smoothly because I don't have the time to explain how you need to create the account. You don't be careful to don't use your corporate account because you're going to avoid the voucher, and then I need to ask another voucher. So this is more smoothly for this way. And this. Now, one thing that we will also get is Microsoft Labs Online. And depending of the lab hosters, most of the options offer free access to the Microsoft Lab supports. And XtremeLabs is one of them. So if you are an MCT, you can simply go to this link, create an account. I have another slide here. Create an account. Just fill your MCT ID. That means your account that your certificates have your MCT ID, and then you will get all the labs that the XtremeLab have for free. So you can run it, you can test it, and normally I recommend you before you teach a class or deliver a training course or a mock, test the labs itself, just to see or to check if there is no issue. If there some issue, can contact the support before the course and fix all the issues. And for example, in some case, I see that the instructions is not according with the exercise itself. You can contact the support to, hey, I see that is an issue, please correct here, and they correct. And if this is an issue that is also on the official instructions on the GitHub, you can also fix the GitHub itself. You can also not fix the GitHub, but fix the instructions. For example, if I go to, let me just go to GitHub. We're going to search AZ Infunded. It was the last course I delivered. If I go to commit, when I see some error, I can commit and also make some patch. So if you have some issue, you can simply go to the instructions. Example here, you can edit the file, this will fork the GitHub to your GitHub account. So you need to have a GitHub account, of course. In just fix the error or some sentence that is not correctly or is not according with the current online service. Can be Microsoft 365, can mean Azure, can mean Power Apps, whatever, and pull to the instructions. If everything is correct, they migrate and they push to the GitHub. So any MCT can do this, and it's recommended that you do this, so that the trainees have the correct instructions for this. This right. So, and if you don't know how to work with GitHub, Microsoft Learn has also a course about introductions to GitHub. Is the same that using for AZ400. For that, I don't have a link here, but I can search. So if I search here GitHub, I have here introduction to GitHub, and this is a link that you can see and then know how to GitHub works. So Microsoft also have content to us, and this is really great. Now about class management, one thing that I can do when I deliver a class, I can also manage a class. So this is a demo class. This is for MES 500. And I can see how many students I have. And one thing that if students are doing something, for example, I have here an error, and they said, "Oh, Ricardo, I have an error. I don't know how to do it." One thing I don't say it. It's, hey, please share your team screen or Zoom screen or whatever the software we are using for the meeting. One thing I can do is to monitor and interact with the student. So in the class management, so we have a menu here. In the class management, I will get a list of current class that I am delivering right now. So I have here one. Just waiting for the loading because I click on the class management. And I can click here and see the lab that the trainee is running. So if I click here, I can see all the trainees, all the students picture in screens in a few seconds if I have that option enabled. And I can also interact with the trainee. So right now I'm connecting with the trainee. So this course I have 4 virtual machines, and the trainee is using the launch CL2. In this case, I will interact with launch CL2. So I have the same screen, the same interact, and if I and the trainee student can see my cursor, so you know where I am. So just click here, ignore this error. This can be yes, and I can interact with the trainee, and this will be smoothly for the student itself. So I can say we can also use some classroom set. This can be enabled or disabled on the options from the screen. So we have several interactions we can do online and use the class management. So this is one of them. One thing that I can also do is to see the credentials of Microsoft 365 and Azure lab that the student are running. So if you have some issue on Microsoft 365, so the student will get a credential for them. The credential is a tenant, and each student will get a tenant. Of course, this will be not necessarily tenants, but if I need to sign something because the student doesn't find the options or he mixes something, I can get also their credentials here and interact, log in a private window, sign some things, and associate the student from that. So these are things that we can manage. Also, we can also, if the email is not correct, I can also remove these codes and deliver to another email for that. This is also possible. You have these type of actions. But there's more. So what I can do with the management on XtremeLabs? I can add the meeting room. I can see how many counts, how many duration hours from my side. I can extend one of the labs if I'm doing. So if I'm going to use the same virtual machine to make some demonstrations, I can extend the lifetime. I can also add file settings. This I can show or turn on or off the sites as external content links. If I don't want that, using the site from XtremeLabs and using the site from the meeting, so this will disappear, so will not be available for them. And this is great. One thing that it's new also is content management. So what is content management? Content management, I can add information for the training course. So this means I can select a lab and add information for that lab, or I can add a content that will appear before the labs. For example, add here a content that is not from the lab, it's before the lab. So added here the link for the exam sandbox, the exam experience. If the 21 to never went to an exam certification, he can try it. So when a trainee logs to the portal, you will see something like this. So this is content that a trainee can add. So I can add content like this, and you can click it, and they jump in another window according with the link that I added. So we can use this, and is really great for this. So we can add content. This is automatic added by XtremeLabs. This is the content that is the lessons from Microsoft Learn. So this will jump automatically with Learn, but we can add extra content for the lab itself. So for the course level, or I can add for the model level. Simply select the lab, select what type of content I want to add it, Microsoft Learn, documents. So I can add a link to a document, a video to YouTube, whatever, or other type of document. And this will appear for all the trainees. And this is going to deliver some extra content. So we have several things that we can do. For example, in dashboards, this is to see all the screens for all the labs for the trainees. So I know that I have a student here. He's working for launch CL2. Other machines, they are not working, so they're in an idle state. This means that the trainee doesn't run the other machines. So if I go to launch CL1, this is running, of course. This is not connected yet, and this is also run, but it didn't do anything else. If it do any actions, it will be captured, and then the screen will be updated. So this is a picture-to-picture according with the interaction from the trainee, from the student. If do anything, this will appear, and now it's changing the screen. It has some delay because it's not online, it's not streaming. But if you have, if your internet is not great, is not good for this, you can also disable this function by clicking this checkbox. So this checkbox will disable the screen functionality. So this will disappear, will be with all this icon when I select and use this. So we can also see what was the trainees are doing, interact with them, see the interactions. And one thing that I always deliver before a trainee is tell to the learning partner, please can you give the student guide to the students so they understand how the labs will work, because most of the time we need to explain to the attendees how this works, what the buttons are, the subscriptions, the passwords, and also then this new thing that the trainees can also add notes. So right now they can adding some notes from the lab and save it to their space. So the notes are saved. If they run again the lab, they will get the notes. This is personal notes for the students. This one will not be shared. And then you have options to share with the instructions if they want. So if you want to share with instructions, just click here in these options and then click it, save it, and now the notes are shared with the instructions. So this can be used for other topics as well, and we can use. So these are the things that XtremeLabs deliver to us, and we can also use. Okay, as in the sets, Ricardo, I believe that Microsoft also looked the issue about P1 and P2 license in Azure. Okay, Jose, I understand what you're meaning. Yes. About the E5, the E5 already include the P2. So if you are a developer and you have the subscription that E5, the P2 already included. If you have the older Microsoft subscription, not older subscription, but older Office E5 subscription, it will be a standard E3. So that does not include either P1 or P2. And we cannot move from E3 to E5. If you want to get the new E5, you will get the new tenant, everything new. Then you need to move everything manually. If you want to, you can continue to ask on the set. Okay. So these are things that you can do with the classroom management. And if you never try classroom management with XtremeLabs, just run a demo experience and try to see the options. And before you deliver a course, see what options you have, add some content that will be better for the students itself. Now, one thing that we also get is the digital mock courseware. So this is a digital training books for us and also for the students. But the skill pipe reader will not be available in the next year. Okay, to be honest, the skill pipe reader will be available for community courseware. So if you're going to deliver community courseware, yes, the skill pipe is available. The Microsoft Courseware Marketplace is available. You can use it because the courseware will not terminate. The skill pipe will not terminate. The community courseware will be available. For example, the mock courseware like C#, Windows Server, the older course, it's also available on the community. Someone grab that content and transform that in a community course. So if you go to the courseware marketplace, if you are an MCT, you can register. You can go here, grab the books, redeem to your skill pipe, and you can still use the community course. Some legacy course was transformed in community course from them, and also XtremeLabs are also creating that course that I already see some of them on courseware marketplace. But that means that this will change and this will be available for everyone for free in Microsoft Learn. So for example, if I'm going to compare the AZ600 to the Microsoft Learn, there is the same content, the same thing, but the Microsoft Learn are updated. There are some courses that I already delivered in this year that on the skill pipe is not updated, but on Microsoft Learn it is updated. So in this moment, if you're going to deliver a training course, check if the Learn is more updated than the skill pipe. If the Learn is more updated, it's better to deliver to the students the links of the Microsoft Learn. The content is the same, and it's funny because some of the contents on Microsoft Learn said, "Hey, please contact your trainer to assist you with this exercise." So if someone is at home and do autodidactic, they think, "Okay, I don't have any trainer. Where is going to contact?" Because they are copy paste from the exactly mock course. Is exactly the same, but is currently updated. So this is one thing that using Learn, it's great. Okay, it's free for us. Anyone can use it, and anyone can visit. And all the content is also available on the exam site. So, for example, if I go to the AZ400 example about the exam, this is the training part. AZ400 exam. Anyone can see in the bottom the item collections, the landing parts. So these are available, and someone can start here and start it for free from autodidactic. So don't think that this will be how can I say this won't retire from us. This will be remove our work hours up. Don't think about this. Don't think, because we still need it for training. So this is one of the things, one of the great signs that Microsoft Learn was implementing. This is not new. I hear this also 1 year ago, so it's not new. Other thing that we can do is download the content from our training course. So the best place is going to the Learning Download Center. I'm not going to post here the link. And normally I see some posts that some MCTs have some issues to downloading some content because the download tool is not working. For someone is working, for others not working. If you use Windows 10, it's working. If you use Windows 11, it's not working. If you use Firefox, it's working. If you use Google or Edge, not working. Okay, you need to use the newest tool. You need to remove it and install it every time that the tool was updated. But there is another solution. So if you go to the FAQ, to the downloads, and then to this question, you can click here to enable browser downloads. That means if the training course has 5 items to download, I don't want to say what type of items there are because these are on the NDA. This means that you need to click 5 times and you download the items separately using the browser itself. So you are not going to use the download tool. And this is great if the tool is not working, if the LDM is not working, you can enable this and then download manually the course content. And this is great for this. So this is for things that sometimes don't work and you need to have that content fast enough, quick enough. Other benefit that we have is the MCT store. So if you are new MCT, if you're going to renew your anniversary award, or if you want to buy some t-shirts, polos or pants that you want with the MCT logo, you can use the MCT store. There are 2 links. They are the short link, and then they are the non-short link. So this is the place that you can get the welcome kits, the anniversary awards for MCTs. I see in the past that someone was asking, oh, what is the site that I can get my anniversary award? So this is a link that any of you can use it, and I can also post here on the site. Just type it here, and I can use from here. So this is the full link, not the short link for this, and this is great if you need to redeem itself. So this is one of the benefits that you have, and we have more. For example, we have discounts. So we have a discount, 50% discount for all Microsoft certified professional exams. This not include MOS, Microsoft Office exams. We have some 75% discount from some selected Azure certifications. Why I say it's selected? For example, when some Azure beta become to then available, sometimes that Azure certification doesn't get the 75% discount. You need to wait some days to get the 75% discount. This can happen. We also have 40% discount for measure practice test. Now this is great if you want to test your students making some questions from official. You can use this. One thing that it is really great. Let me just post here the link from the site. I'm going to post also in the chat because sometimes people asking this link. Here it is. We have let me just post on the country. Okay, we can use the measure up. This will redeem one measure up exam certification, so you can test yourself or use it for the class itself. But this will valid from 180 days following the activation. So the orders depend on the price. Or measure up can be the first 30 days or 60 days or whatever. With this, we have a small price for MCT exclusive, and we can use for 180 days for training or by yourself if you need to test yourself, your knowledge, if you want to make some exam certification. So this is great for us, but also for our students if you need to go to use. Now, this code is not to be shared for the trainees to the students. This is only an MCT exclusive. Don't share with the trainees because this will not work. Let me see if we have some questions. Okay. I don't see. And we have a way that we can get some free certification exams. One, if you want to, if you don't have any fundamental exams that be a PL 900, a DP 900, a AZ 900, SC 900, if you want to have in your resume a fundamental Microsoft Official Course exams, you can go to the Microsoft Virtual Training Day, exist a 1 day of training, and then you will get a free exam voucher. This is public. This is not only for MCTs, this is public for everyone. So you can also share with your trainees if you want. Other ways that you can also get certificate exam, and this is public, this is free, attending Microsoft Build Cloud Skills Challenge or Microsoft Ignite Cloud Skills Challenge. And in the next October, 12 to 14 October, Microsoft will be launch the Microsoft Ignite and also we'll get the Microsoft Cloud Skills Challenge. And I also can tell you what type of exams that you can get. This is the type, the exam that you can get. You only can choose one of them if you want to go with the Cloud Skills Challenge. So Cloud Skills Challenge is you're going to attend Microsoft Learn Content. according with the silence. So this will get a voucher from 18th from November that expires from 15th from February next year, and that voucher you can use for any of this list for AZ200, AZ400, DP100, MB24, Teams Voice Engineer, the Platform App Maker, and Microsoft Security Operate Analyst. So if you want to attend Microsoft Ignite Cloud Skill Challenge, and if you make all the challenge, you can win free available. You will get your not in your email, but use your MCT's email, because this will associate with your profile a free voucher for this exam. So we will not get a code voucher there. There will associate a discount for this type of exams. That means that in this period, you can select any of these exams, only one. This is only about for one exam, not all of them, only one. And then you can attend and make a Microsoft exam for free using this. And this will be start on 12th of October and end of 9th of November this year. So this is great to attend and get a free certification. And this is available for everyone. This is public for everyone. The other way is to get MCT beta exam codes. Now, these codes are limited only for the first 300 that you're going to subscribe. That means that going to put their data in a Microsoft form, and then Microsoft we get the first 300 subscriptions and deliver a code. So these normally are announced on the MCT community site and sometimes on the MCT newsletter. So this is the reason that is important that sometimes we go into the MCT community site to see about the exam codes. If a popular exam comes out, for example, from Azure, the codes can run on the first day. It's not the first time that I reply to the form and then I'm not getting any codes. Sometimes I reply the code past 3 days from the announcement and then I get the code. Depends on the type of exam. If there's a popular, this will run out very fast, and that's normal because this is only available for the first 300. And there are some limitations. For example, returning back to the Microsoft Skill Prize Challenge, these are not valid in these type of countries, and some beta exam codes are the same limitations. So in some countries, they are not valid as well. So you need to read some instructions and also read the asterisks that according with that exam. And many of you going to renew or already renew a Microsoft certification exam. And renew a Microsoft certification exam is not difficult. You just need to go to the Microsoft Learn portal, click on your profile, no image, select your profile to get the dashboard itself, and then on the left you'll get certifications, so the activity. So simply click on the certifications, and then you will get all your current certifications, all your old certifications, and also all your legacy certifications. They are all here. If you have any certification that you need to renew, for example, I have the Azure Stack, and if I need to renew, just click on the renew button. When I click the renew button, I'm going to get a new window. And if your Microsoft account are associated with multiple accounts, for example, you can associate with a professional account and a private account. So my Microsoft account associated with the business account, a private account, and other type of account. So I can have associated with until to 5 different accounts. And if I'm in the current certification account, I can simply click cancel. If I'm not on the current certification account, where all my certifications are, I can simply click select account and then select the account that I want that certification will be valid. In this case, I simply click cancel because I'm in my Microsoft certification account. Then if I want to take the renewal, simply click on the renewal button. Now this will be limited for 45 minutes. You will not get a counter. You will not have anything monitoring. This will be not proctor. You can have between 25 to 30 questions or more, depending of the renewal type, and this is free. So you can do at home and in a private place. Just do not be disturbed. And when you finish, if you pass, you'll get this firework illustration. And then you can also see the results and see what you missed, what the topics that you need to read more, for example, and you only need 60% to pass. So it's different from the Microsoft Proctor exam that you need to 70% or 700 points in this case. So this is to renew existing Microsoft certification. And how many renewal are not proctored? They are not proctored. So there is no camera, there is no screenshot, there is nothing, there is no one going to proctor that renewal. Now, one thing is renewal certification. The other thing is to renew our MCT. Now, to renew MCT, you need to have a Method to Matter account. And Method to Matter, it's great, and most of the learning partners use it. Now, one thing that you can have multiple accounts for this, because you can have your own personal accounts associated with our MCT email, and you can also have an account created by the learning partner. And sometimes this can be difficult to track, and you can contact matter supports to not mix them, but to join them, to be only ones to get the renewal. So if you don't have any accounts, I can post a link just to create a new account on the MTM. And what is important? Because you only need at least one class per year to validate the renewal requirement to this. So only one of this. In the past, you can upload some form, some informations, but when I renew this year, Microsoft removed this set. So right now, only methods and math is valid, and I think that it still is. So you need this method to validate your renewal process. And if you have any legacy certification, for example, I have some legacy certifications that are old, that are expired. If you want some legacy, this doesn't count to the renewal process. So you need to have current valid certifications and also a one method to matter validation course. So this is important to renew our MCT. Okay, 1 minute to 1 minute to end. So I think we can talk each other. You can unmute your mic. Also, if you want, you can also share your webcams if you want. Let me see if on the chat there are other questions. If I pass,